What are these? Those are humongous spidery dudes. Let's fight the humongous spidery dudes. We are supposed to use Yurden against the humongous spidery dudes.
That stench.
Come hither. Except, you know, like maybe a little bit closer to them. There, whoa, there we go. You. Hold on. Here, fight the ones that are in the circle of death. Come back here. Come into the circle of death. Or I can take you out more easily. 4 for 4. Are you in the circle? You're almost in the circle of death, but not quite. You should probably replace the circle of death. You have entered my circle of death. You have hit me when you were in the circle of death. This is against the rules of the circle of death. It is your circle of death. It is not my circle of death. Well, hello. Please return to the circle of death. I do believe we can make 2 circles of death. Let's make a second circle of death. We've made a second circle of death. You are now in the circle of death. I would like to win. Okay, you guys are now just being annoying, and I don't like it. Please stop being annoying. Please, like, stand still and allow me to hit you, which is kind of the whole purpose of the circle of death. But then you didn't stand in the circle of death, which was rude. It's like you didn't want to die, which made no sense. Oh, see, like, look at that. Place the circle, and then it immediately goes, no, no, no. Back it up. Okay. Timing. I also have no idea what potion I just activated. Apparently Superior Golden Oriole. Jumping. It looked like you were thinking about jumping, then you didn't jump. Ooh, that hurt. I wanted to sneak in an Igni there to try to reduce your armor, because we are not dealing much damage to you. But, you've been surprisingly tricky. Hello, friend. Let's stay in the circle. Stop running from the circle. It's a great place to be, I assure you. The Circle of Death is just a you know, stage name. You need something nice to put on the pamphlets, the flyers. Actually, I don't like it. Let us kill you? Cooperate, please? Ah, not like that, though. Not like... Whoa, you see how much damage that dealt? Whoa, that might have killed us if that hit us. Let's actually, on second thought, take a second here to heal some life back. Alright. That's it, buddy, old pal. Enough is enough. Yo, please keep your sword drop. Take him out. Big spider down. That should make things considerably easier now. You. You're not so tough. Get over here. Please stop running. Please stop running. Please stop running. Just stop running. I know they don't run when they're in the Yurden, but they keep on running away from the Yurden. Over here. How many times do I have to quote Scorpion? Make you go up. There we go. Finally. Wow. I mean, they were level 43, which is the same level as us. And is fairly high for the enemies we've been going against as of late. Well, actually, this general area has had several in the mid-40s. Okay. So. Nab this stuff from... Ooh. Then we head back. Remind me how far away is this spot? Down here? Okay. So, yeah, we'll check this out. And I am... Now I'm a little uneasy about it because, like I said, the thought occurred to me of potentially, instead of relying on the witch's knowledge, relying on the fables expert dude, because he presumably is more trustworthy than the witch. As whether he would have the knowledge to help us dispel the curse after we pick up all the ingredients. Don't know. Maybe he would have. Maybe he still can. But we're gonna find out. Or we're gonna see if we can find out. Might just be at this stage that we've blocked ourselves out of that potential pathway at this stage. In which case, well, we'll see through. Okay. This is the tree. Can we find the dude, though? Yes, okay, I do want to talk to him. So I'm glad that it is informing us that we should do that. I was concerned that we might not even have the chance to do that at all after talking to the witch. But let's chat. We definitely have some things to talk about.
So?
And if you have an alternative method, I would probably listen to you over the witch.
What did you learn?
Okay. Hesitant to say this, but sure.
That witch, she's not near as bad as folks say. Made me bow and scrape, sure. But I know some sorceresses witchier than her.
Joyous bleeding news, but what about Daphne?
In theory, we know how to lift the curse. Curious to see if you have particular thoughts about it.
I can lift the curse, free her, by performing a ritual, making a sacrifice of her kerchief and Gareth's remains. But we gotta start at the right time. When the hour comes, I'll light 4 fires for the 4 winds, then begin the ritual.
Fires? Then I shall be of use to you after all.
Okay.
Seems you need wood. Much of it.
Chop as much as you can. I'll see to the rest.
Just, not from the tree in question. Okay, so he did not have any specific comments on it. It's not like he offered anything in terms of specific thoughts. He just kind of went with it.
Wood? What now?
My turn. Gotta light fires and talk to the woman enchanted in the tree. No idea how this'll turn out, so just in case, stand at a distance.
And there's certainly the possibility that we end up fighting her.
Sword, run.
That could be the whole setup that the witch gave us, was that, A, this was just a way to unleash her rather than free her. I mean, those two things are perhaps similar in some ways. You can light the southern fire. Which is... What? You're directing me toward... Oh, it's this. Right. I knew that.
To the world's 4 winds. From the south, not a word.
Okay. Yeah, so... Could turn into a fight. Hey, starting to get some of those vibes. We knew that was a potential outcome. I was hoping that, that wasn't going to be the outcome of talking to the witch, because, I kind of thought that if we were to not talk to the witch and just go it alone, then that would lead to us, just having to, try to chop down the tree, and then in doing so, she'd be like, stop it! And then she'd come out and get all mad at us and fight us. So, we'll see.
East, no cry is heard.
And we're stepping in the fire as well as we do this, so, that's wonderful. Let's, we do have food active. Let's just, double check what the bestiary entry says, just in case. Just in case we end up fighting her. Is she gonna be cursed or is she a spirit? And by spirit I mean specter. Yeah, Daphne's Wraith. So in theory, just specter oil, not much else than we know about how we would be supposed to fight her, so we can throw on that specter oil. What color? I thought it was blue for some reason. Because it is light blue. Cyan, if you will. Okay. Next fire is... here.
From the north, silence.
And again, we'll just chill in the fire. And now, lastly, this one, and... okay, take a deep breath, brace yourself, then we'll see what happens.
From the west peer hollow eyes. Cease your vigil, dead he lies.
Hey. Hello. Please don't fight us. We come in peace in theory. We did side with a witch,
Hear
kinda
me,
sorta.
you who hide beneath this bark. The day of your freedom has come. Behold a kerchief, proof of your love for another.
Hope you like
Behold,
it.
a bone of he to whom you offered your love.
Hope you aren't mad about that. What say you?
My Gareth. He shall never return.
I'm afraid that is the case. But I don't
No.
believe there's anything we can do about that.
He won't.
Is his love for me gone? Did he stay true?
Ooh, now that's a loaded question. Oh, man. Oh, that's a loaded question. Well. We can lie to her and possibly comfort her in the process. Or we can tell her the truth. It's not the happy truth, but it is the truth. Oh, okay. This is a very interesting moral question. In fact, is it better to tell a quote-unquote white lie in effort to make this person feel better, or is it better to just come right out and say the truth, and even if they don't like it, at least they know we're telling them how it is? And, oh, man. So, I would say it's a, and then, so the question that comes to mind is, of course, if we were to try to go this route and tell her a lie, how likely would she be to see through this? Like, if we say, oh, sure, Gareth remained faithful, of course he did. It's not like he got seduced by that witch. And she's just like, what do you think I am? An idiot? Lie to me. Then, obviously, that's definitely not the right choice. So that's the obvious no-go. If we can lie to her and she still believes it, then there's still that question of like, well, did we do the right thing? Because we did not tell her the truth and we deceived her into thinking that was the case. So yeah, I think we tell her the truth here. And if she can't handle it, then that's up to her. You know, if she gets mad at us for telling her the way it is, then ultimately, it's not really our problem. Like, we freed you from the tree, we told you the truth, and you couldn't handle it. And that's on you. But if we try to lie to her and I mean, certainly, like I said, if she sees right through it, then clearly that's the wrong option. But I think even if we lie to her and she believes us, then there's still that gnawing feeling in the back of your mind of like, well, you know, was that the right thing to do? So I think we tell her the truth and we live with the consequences. You know, we could at least have a clear conscience if we do that. Clear conscience if we go this route. So I think we take this and we live with it.
Gareth broke his vow, failed to stay faithful.
Man is built of mud and filth, milady, and is like to blunder, we all are.
How cruel is the world to render conferring one's love so hard?
But what would the world be without love?
Well, now he's the one who's slick with the words.
The time comes that I depart. I've waited too long. I've suffered too much. And now I wish to go.
Farewell, milady.
Fair enough.
I thank you, stranger.
We freed you.
And you, my knight.
Told you the truth.
I thank you for speaking to me. For standing vigil at my feet.
And if that means you want to leave, then so be it. Also, she called him a knight, which he's very pleased about.
I did not think it would end this way. I hoped we could revive her, but I guess it was not to be.
Yeah, I suppose there's a chance we could have, like we lied to her. Would there have been any more? Would it have been any more likely for her to have survived? Maybe. But then what? She survives. She goes and like checks to see what happened to Gareth, and it becomes apparent that we lied to her, and then she gets mad at us and like haunts us for the rest of our lives. You know, we did what we could. Basically, that was the objective. We told her the truth, and she acted accordingly with that information, and she decided the best thing to do for her was to leave. And, you know, that's okay. That's okay.
We did all we could.
You did well. Here, your pay. And the book is yours as well.
Thanks. Take care of yourself.
So long, Witcher. I must think. Put this straight in my head.
Okay. So we did it. I imagine there are some people, you know, if there is a way to have her survive, which I imagine there probably is, then I imagine there are definitely people who see that as the quote-unquote best possible outcome, and there may be people who still see this as the best outcome, although maybe that's a smaller group of people. Though I imagine it's, if there are multiple outcomes like that, then, you know, it's probably a pretty divisive thought, or people are not in agreement about what the best outcome is. I mean, obviously I don't know what the other outcomes actually are in their entirety, but I mean, I said it at the very beginning when we first got this quest. Ideal outcome would have been reunite Gareth with Daphne, and Gareth is dead. So unless you're bringing Gareth back from the dead, and also getting rid of the curse on Daphne and bringing them back together happily ever after, then, you know, if you can't do that, then, okay, you've already missed out on what would be the best option. And because, like I said, Gareth is dead, presumably that's not happening. So then what? You can bring back Daphne, but not Gareth, and then there's the question of, okay, well, is it good to have just Daphne alive as a human without her beloved, when the whole reason why she turned into a tree was to wait for her beloved? And that's definitely a gray area. You know, it's the question of, like, is it worth living on when your primary purpose in life, or at least, you know, her primary objective was to wait for Gareth? If that's no longer achievable, then is that worth trying to, you know, carry on? And then there's what we did, where, you know, we told her, hey, whole Gareth thing, it's not going to happen. And if that's a deal breaker for you, then so be it. If you want to try to live on, then you do you. Ah, interesting. Okay, so other outcomes. Yeah, she definitely could have gotten mad and attacked us. That, I have to imagine, is one of the worst outcomes. Like, you know, nobody gets a happy ending if she comes out and attacks us and we kill her, and, you know, she doesn't die in peace, or, like, get her spirit released in peace. And then if the fairy tale fables guy also dies, and that's all obviously not good. And I was wondering, there were a lot of shots where it zoomed in very prominently, it focused a lot, the camera, on the dog. So it did seem like there was potentially going to be some role for that dog to play. Didn't end up happening with the outcome that happened for us, but that does make some sense that it was possible if you made other choices. Okay, so in that case, that quest is all set. And so, we were saying there are other treasure hunts that we were thinking could be potentially worth pursuing, although was one of those that we were saying was near the main quest that we want to be a little bit careful of. There was at least one that was over here, though, right? This general area. Now, there was one that was right by... Actually, I think there's one on this estate, and there's one right at the Coronata estate as well. Although we surprisingly don't have a fast travel spot for this vineyard. It's actually not that far of a walk, though. So... maybe we just go for this. There are some question marks that are a little bit out of the way in either direction. Not really sure if we... what if we do... What if we do... this question mark, then head over for this looting session, and then we'll head back up. Well, then again, we are going to be going back to both of these estates when we go back to finish the Wine Wars, right? So maybe we just save those ones for that point in time, or at least try to remember to do them. That will definitely be the most convenient time to make it happen. But other than that, let's see, is this the one that's right on the other estate, or is this... No, this is the one that's in the middle of the river. Kinda close to Beauclair. That might be the one that would make the most sense to go out our way to do. Then again, like, treasure hunts... So part of the reason why I wanted to prioritize the lower level quests was so that we could do these quests without getting a significant experience penalty, although treasure hunts tend not to be very experience heavy. In fact, sometimes I think at least the act of completing the quests usually does not give any experience at all, I don't think. The enemies you fight along the way, they may. But for that reason, might not be as important for us to prioritize finishing up the lower level treasure hunts. And given how some of them are in locations that we know we're going to be visiting later on, then maybe it does make some sense to wait on those. Ooh, we do have a Witcher contract, though. It's level 37. It's been a little while since we did a Witcher contract. So maybe we do this. I'm thinking maybe we do Big Game Hunter next. One day, Geralt happened upon an unusual contract notice. Someone was seeking the aid not of some unarmed Witcher, but specifically of the Witcher named Geralt of Rivia. The notice listed no other details, so Geralt, admittedly intrigued, resolved to see what was at issue. And where is this one? It's actually quite close. Oh! Yeah. Let's do this. Get to see this question mark. Get to talk to this person. And then we'll save some of the other treasure hunts for later on when we're in those areas. We'll just try to remember. I'm going to save him, man. So yeah, this was the dog in question that just kept on getting a lot of camera attention. I was like, okay, clearly this dog at least has the potential to have some major role to play. Didn't come to pass with our decisions, but that, as it turns out, appears as though that may have been for the best. Okay, so this little spot here looks like it may be. Let's save. And what's going down here? This looks like it's going to be another one of those places, yeah, where we can clear out one of the vineyards. Looks very similar to where we were before. Are you the dude who wants us to help you out with the vineyard?
For we're neck deep in trouble. Of the spider kind.
Need a maid with a broom, not a witcher.
You fail to understand. These are huge. The size of pigs or dogs. Black and hairy, spewing webs.
Yeah, we've seen those types.
Not talking about spiders then. Talking about arachnomorphs.
Call them what you will. You must smash the rogues, will you? Those caves would be prime barrel storage were it not for the beasts.
Okay, let's, I'm not necessarily sure. We're gonna do this one immediately. Let's at least negotiate the price now. Then maybe we'll come back
First
later
things
when
first,
we feel
need
like
to talk about my
doing this.
reward.
But I was thinking we might do the Witcher contract next, so maybe we'll leave it at this. Let's start fairly high.
Not far now. We find ourselves a hair from agreeing.
Okay, you say we're close. Let's go 95.
Not far now.
Not
we
quite.
Find ourselves a hair from agreeing.
85.
I knew
There we
we
go.
would agree terms.
Okay. We will take care of it.
Arachnamorphs don't
Just
look much like bunnies.
probably not
They
right
should
now.
breed like them. Best nip the problem in the bud. I'll look into it.
Okay. Shote? Dave? I'm curious what level those are. That one's 40. Okay, so that's not a bad fit at the moment. But I was thinking we'd go Witcher contract, because it has been quite some time since we last did a Witcher contract, I think. Last one, I think, was the Slizzards, right? Fallen Cow? I don't think we've done one since then. I might be forgetting one. Not that that was that long ago, I suppose, but it was a little while. Let's just take a second here. Before we negotiate contract prices, it is imperative that we rob you of all your worldly possessions. That's, of course, where the big spidery dudes will end up being, but I think that's just about everything here. So let's talk with Witcher contract person, who is this dog? Okay. We got a deal. Oh! New saddle. I am intrigued to see what that one looks like. Anything else to loot up here? Because as it turns out, there's actually more than I gave you credit for. Doesn't seem like it, though. Okay. Actual person we talked to. The contract is you?
Lads, I find your concern touching, I do. Yet I've long awaited this day. So, you must forgive me, but I shall go through with it as planned. Ah, it seems my guide has arrived.
Greetings.
Greetings to you, White Wolf. I presume you saw my notice?
That we did.
Question. You're here, thus you must have seen it. Forgive me, I should introduce myself. Count Belladal, a great admirer of your deeds.
Thanks. Not something we Witchers hear often.
But Count, sir, do you mean to go off with just this Witcher? A right hardy fellow he is, no ponce, I'm sure. But your expedition's too risky on the whole. And not taking us with you's, pardon my saying it, right daft.
You exaggerate, Vilmar. I believe I can manage to survive half a day without someone there to wipe me arse in my stead. My guards lament, Witcher, but you must forgive them. Now, to get down to brass tacks. As you've no doubt gleaned from the notice, I've a rather extraordinary proposition for you.
Yeah, but you didn't really give any
I'm a
details.
lover, Witcher of nature. A devotee of the wild. And Toussaint is home to several species not encountered elsewhere. I'd
Okay.
like you to accompany me on an expedition whose aim is to preserve them.
You mean capture their eggs and what have you?
Naturally, you'll protect me should the need arise. My ever-vigilant guards, see, will report any reckless behaviour to my wife if I get so much as a scratch. And then woe will be me.
Tell us a little bit more first, please.
Count Belladal? Famous poultry farmer, is that it?
Well, that was my grandpapa. Dear man. But my trade is the wine trade. I import the finest vintages to Kovir, my homeland. The very reason for my frequent visits to Beauclair, during which I like to partake of nature.
Yeah, this guy
Really
is
need a Witcher
dancing
to
around.
Take. Got guards of
His
your own.
point's
Take
quite a
that
bit
and
here.
Save some coin.
I could, surely. But they too deserve a bit of rest, relaxation. Right, lads? Ha. Besides, I've plenty of coin, coin that needs spending. Who dares stop me?
So this is about a rich man, bored stiff, seeking thrills.
There's also Clarissa, who...
Vilma, please.
What?
Go on.
My
Clearly,
daughter.
this guy is excluding some key
I
information.
always return from my travels with some souvenir or another. She looks forward to them tremendously.
Ah, so this is all for her.
But,
Do you want to give her a
not
pet?
need to chat about
Or a
my
series of
family.
pets?
We must discuss
That's ultimately
our
the reason why you're doing
venture,
it?
must we not?
It's maybe. So, yeah, what exactly did you have in mind? Sounds like you're going out on a safari and capturing either young animals of various varieties or perhaps the eggs of those animals so that you can hatch them and take them home and then hatch them and what have you.
Need some details before I can say anything. Where are we going? What am I supposed to do exactly?
In the roundest terms, we shall
No, please be
admire the
specific,
local
not round.
Flora and fauna. And while we do, I might preserve a thing or two.
Preserve?
Yeah, define preserve, please.
Of this device, see, a peristycer it,
Huh?
it captures likenesses.
Oh, a camera.
Sister, what?
It's like a movable megascope, capturing moments, transforming them into illusions,
Based upon which I then paint a painting.
So, you want me with you, looking at animals and flowers and...
Well, that's more or less what it amounts to, yes. Except you will first have to track down the creatures I wish to capture. I know only the very approximate locations of their habitats. Well, and should any trouble arise, we'll have your sword at the ready, right? So, agreed?
Let's talk money.
Pretty unusual contract.
It is
I
pretty
couldn't
unusual,
agree
yes.
more, yes. And I'm prepared to pay a commensurately high fee.
Oh,
Don't mind if we
go on.
actually talk about exactly how high that'll be first, do you?
Why ever would I? Please, simply tell me how much you wish to receive.
$1 million. Also, this is not commensurately high. I'll have you know. How high can you go?
Sublime!
Oh.
Deal!
Wow. Pretty high. Pretty high. Alright, we'll take it. I mean, ultimately, the far end of the scale wasn't that high. 280 is not a crazy amount, but at least percentage-wise, that was, what, like 85, 90% of the way toward the end? So I was surprised in that sense, at least.
Doesn't seem hard. Be glad to do something pleasant for a change.
Sublime. In that case, here's your map. Before coming here, I dispatched requests to several local hunters.
Oh?
They located the habitats of the species of interest to me and marked out their ranges on the map.
Good thinking. It'll save us some time. Won't need to track. Ready to go?
I'm afraid we've to await the morn. Proper light, see? It's very important. In the meantime, be my guest at my fire, sir. In fact, I'd be delighted to hear some tales of Witcher life.
How about a round of Gwen?
Well, the wide and wild world beckons. The light now is perfect.
Oh, so you wear it on your face. Okay. On the map. X and X marks the spot. One of those is way up in the northwest. The one that's further south looks kind of close.
Seems I got the map, so I'll lead.
Okay. We got a panther's
I'd
lair,
rather be out here with those guards of yours.
giant centipedes.
You jest. It's deliverance to emerge from under their wings. Believe me, they're overprotective, oppressively so. I wish to admire the wildlife, preserve it, not watch them kill it in a fit of misguided fear for my life.
What if the wildlife attacks us?
Then we shall have no other recourse. I do not wish to be something supper. Do you? But as long as they remain calm, we've no need to provoke them. It's of the utmost importance to me, in fact.
Okay. And yeah, I did see once he did accept when we had like 90 or 85% of the bar filled, I figured that, yeah, he's probably one of the ones that will take any price. In which case, you know, good thing that we did, in fact, go as far as we did. You know, we didn't miss out on too much, but then again, you know, like, there's not a huge difference. Okay, so he does have a life bar, and that does make me extremely concerned. Because I think this guy's going to be a complete pushover. And if he gets so much but as touched, he will keel over and die. So that does, yes, make me nervous. So let's just see. We have the Panther. Oh, we have 3 places. We have... This is Panther, Giant Centipedes, and what's the third one? Also Giant Centipede, okay. Anywhere? No, just those 3? Okay, but double Giant Centipede. So, yeah, they're all pretty close. Yeah, wait, what? There's totally an X on the map, like, way up here. Yes, there was one down here in this area, but, okay. Anything else we can learn from this? The individual was so intent on employing the White Wolf, and no other was a certain Count Belladol, a nobleman from Kovir. The aristocrat wished to embark on a nature trek, the legendary Witcher, and my dearest friend, as his guide. As the Count was offering an exceptionally generous fee, the job seemed simple enough in its nature, pun intended. Geralt did not take long to accept the job. So, you know, it's just a peaceful little nature hike. It's a nice little walk in the park is all. Which, you know, would be great, but I imagine that it is not going to be quite that simple. I do figure we'll likely need to protect him from those panthers and giant centipedes, perhaps even often. And the difficulty of that... Can you sprint? Really? Come on. Also, if you're staying way over there, then that might get kind of tricky too. But, yeah. Panthers, I think the key problem, or the key question is how many are there? There's just one, and that's not so bad. Look out, it's a toe! Ferocious. Okay, and it is right here. So yeah, I think the question with the Panthers is how many are there going to be, because if there's just like 1 or 2, then hopefully we can just get their attention and not have to worry too much about him getting in harm's way. Panthers are pretty mobile, though, so they'll run around a bit, and that might be kind of hard to protect him in that case. Giant Centipedes I'm more concerned about because they've ranged attacks, right? I think. And they also can burrow underground and then immediately appear directly under your feet and deal damage to you that way. And if they do that to him, I don't know how we stop that, because they basically just decide they want to attack him, appear directly on top of him, and normally what you would do as a player is you would move/roll out of the way, but I'm not sure we can rely on the AI to do that. So yeah, a little nervous.
Excellent day for capturing moments.
Okay. Let's give this a shot. I probably just saved, but in case I didn't. Okay, so you're saying that ideally, and we don't even fight them because you want to, like, take pictures of them. There is one over there. So do we, like, go all stealth mode and deliberately... Oh, that's a bear. Not even the animal we're looking for. What the heck? Hold on. Hold on! We're looking for panthers? Not bears.
Map says there should be panthers around here.
Here we go.
Stay close. Keep your eyes peeled.
I've but one request, Witcher. Avoid bloodshed, if at all possible.
Okay. We'll try. But so can you take pictures of them from afar? Like, I can see them from here. I don't know how close you actually need to get. There is still a circle over there. But it is just a bear.
Heard something. Grunting, panting. Something like a bear.
Ooh, I'm not the least bit eager to go face to mug with a bear. We should move on.
Okay, so that is... The bear is the one in that circle. Confirmed. It was planted there. How close do you need to get? We need to, like, deliberately approach from different angles so you aren't taking a picture through that tree. Can't really go the other way, otherwise we're at risk of running into that bear. Where's the closer of the two is... Kinda close. Like, do we need to get in the circle? We need to just get in the edge of the circle? How close do we need to be? Because this panther is going to see us if we get too close.
Panthers.
Frankly, I did not hear a thing. Clearly, your senses are far more acute than mine. I must rely on them.
Okay, well, I mean, it's right there. So, like, take your picture. Because I don't remember.